Divine Kingdom presents Liza Pierce, a well-known Maui blogger, an author, a co-host on a podcast where she's known as Auntie Pineapple, and a digital marketing specialist. The R in R.A.D life of Jesus Christ is relationship priorities. Let's start with the relationship with God. Can you share how you got saved?
That's a story I like telling, actually. So it's good that you asked me that question. I was in college. I was in a Catholic university. And it happens that I have two Christian classmates in the school. And whenever I'm observing them, they're sort of different. I don't know what's the difference, but I know there's something different about the two of them. So I'm kind of observing them. And when they started inviting the class to a Bible study, I was curious. I went. And that's when I heard about the 4 spiritual law that they use. And they explained to me how we are sinners. And apart from Jesus, we cannot, go to God. And it clicked right away. I'm not sure. I think it's probably because they prayed for us before the Bible study. And so I understood the leader of the Bible study as, this is an illustration. If I give you a glass of water with 10 flies floating on it, would you drink it? I said, no. And he said, okay, I'll give you a glass of water with just 1 fly floating on it. Would you drink it? I said, no. And so he said, well, that's like with God. You said you can say you have less sin than the others, but it's still not enough. It has to be a perfect kind of condition, and the only way we can get that is through Jesus Christ. And so he quoted the verse, for we have been saved by grace through faith, not of works, that no one should boast. And so I accepted the Lord and started attending Bible study, and that's it. I grew from there.
Oh, wow. That's a great illustration too. Nice.
At the time of my life, it seems like at the outside I'm okay, but in the inside, I know there's peace and, worries and anxiety. It just doesn't show outside, but inside there is. And the only way that it comes down is when I accepted Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. Amen.
Yeah.
How do you prioritize God? What does your alone time look like?
Alone time looks like I journal a lot, and I write my prayers as my journal as if I'm praying to God, because that's what I'm doing. Dear Lord, this happened. So in my journal, I actually brought a sample. In my journal, I have prayers when I'm desperate. Help, just like big help in there. And then when I'm thankful, thank you for all your blessing. And then I usually start with the Bible verse at the top too. And there are times when all I can do is just write Bible verses because I'm so overwhelmed. But I know it's a time spent with God. And so that's how I kind of developed a relationship with God. Is just spend time with Him, read God's Word, but also write it down. It seems like I remember more when I'm writing it down. And the more I do that, the more I'm sensitive to God's calling. When I'm neglecting that, I feel like I don't hear His voice as much. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I like that. Journaling. Instead of just verbally praying, you're writing it down.
I'm writing it down. And the good thing about it is whenever I'm discouraged, I can just look back in pages. Look what God did, how God answered this prayer.
Oh, wow. So do you go back and you write praise reports or answered prayers? Or
no, I don't.
You just remember.
I started doing it before, but I don't anymore. But I just remember. I just remember that there was this time that I was struggling and God, came through and helped me. So, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Bible verses there that I kind of just review when, I needed that encouragement.
Okay. On that note, do you have a favorite Bible verse?
There are many.
Is there one that sticks out?
Yes. Well, my father's favorite verse became my favorite verse too. Is Jeremiah 33:3. Call unto me, and I will answer you, and I will show you great things which you do not know. Yeah, and then I also like well, another Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, plans of good and not of evil, to give you a future and hope. And there are some more, but yeah. For we have been saved through grace, of faith. It's not of works, but no one should boast. Ephesians, right? Yeah. So like I said, because that's what my life verse, that's how, when I was saved, that's the first verse that kind of clicked. That it's not of works, it's by grace.
Right? Is there any books or YouTube that you read or watched that you would recommend that helped you grow in your faith, that might help others?
Yes. E.M. Bounds is the author, and he has a lot of books about prayers. And so that's, in my shelf next to my bed, I have a couple of books of E.M. Bounds about prayer. So I read that a lot. And then Max Lucado, he's got devotionals morning by morning. And I think there's a title. I don't remember the title anymore. But I have his devotional that is already falling apart. That's just I've been using it for years. It's like years. And actually, I would click pictures, take a picture of it sometimes and share it on my social media. And people will ask me, what is that devotional you use? So I've recommended it many times.
Nice. That's the way you disciple.
Yeah, it's just like, this is the verse. And then I show them that I got it from that book. And I get asked, where did I get that? So I say, share.
Share it. Is it a daily devotional?
It's a daily devotional, morning and evening.
A morning and evening.
Yeah, there's a morning verse and there's an evening. Yeah. And then for Sunday morning, Pastor Craig Rochelle's Life Church is what I watch on YouTube. So there are times when I would watch that, and then before coming here, so I get like twice teaching in a Sunday.
How long have you been coming to Hope Chapel then?
Oh, since I came here to Maui, so that's since 1994. How many years is that?
There's a lot of people here that have been here, 20, 30, 40 years. So that's a sign of a good, healthy church.
Yes, it is. Yes.
What is the worst thing you went through in life? It could be anything.
Could be anything.
And how did you overcome it?
You know what I have? The interesting thing is I couldn't say it's like really worse, but at the time I know it felt worse, right? But looking back, it's not really that worse. Everybody gets, go through that. For example, our marriage. My husband and I, went through time when it's just so difficult, right? I prayed, and the interesting thing is, before we got married, both of us prayed, and I'm 100% sure that he's the right guy for me, right? So when there's time that it's hard, I was like, okay, Lord, did I hear you wrong? Was I wrong in kind of like making this decision? So that was difficult. The way we overcame it is because, coming to Hope, we seek guidance. We had a really good counselor, Karen Johnson, but she's not doing that anymore, but she helped us a lot, kind of sort things out. And, we went through counseling, and we're married. This year, we're going to be celebrating, 32-year anniversary.
Yay!
So at that time, it was difficult, but it's really not difficult. And there are other things. I'm just thinking, when my father died, that was COVID time, and he's in the Philippines. So I couldn't go. That was really, really hard. It was like, my brother's like, no, you can't go, because if you come, they'll just quarantine you. You still cannot come to us, even if you fly here. And so, so I just have to trust God. The great thing is my dad is a Christian. He's actually the first one that became a Christian in our family, and he prayed for us. That's why so I have that peace. But it was emotional, it's like I cannot be with my family there when my dad passed away. But and then looking back again, I said, by God's grace, it's really not that worse. There's a blessing in it too. Yeah, so I can go on think of things like that, but looking back, at the time it's hard, but looking back, you can always see God's hand in it.
Exactly. Thank you, sharing. Okay, so we talked about God.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's talk about your husband again. relationship with your husband. How do you prioritize your husband?
One of my love language is serving. So I use that love language naturally. So he gets priority by me just using my love language. So little things like I prepare his lunch because the way his work is, there's no restaurant around him. And he's tired, by the end of the day. He wakes up early. So I just make his lunch. Those little things like that, right? And then I try to remember what his love language is, which is, gift and also spending time together. And so I do that. That's this project or things. He wants to walk the dog with me.
Oh,
yeah, he wants spending time together. So I walk
sweet.
the dog with him. So things like that kind of express love is.
It's those little things that are not so little.
That
it's
are
actually,
not so little. He
yeah.
knows I'm making a priority. I'm thinking of him making coffee in the morning. He loves coffee. Before I wake up early, so before he wakes up, the coffee's done.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then your children, they're grown now, right?
They're grown now, yes.
So looking back, how did your husband and you prioritize or disciple your children?
That was very tough when they were growing up because I was working full time. And so my heart's desire was to stay at home, but we live on Maui and it's very expensive. And my husband were not, there are many things that were not aligned. And probably that's the reason why we had to go to counseling at that time, right? So, yeah, we just I guess, take it day by day and follow. And we have mentors in church. We go to Ohana. That helps a lot too. Having more mature, seasoned Christian that's help us, teach us how to raise kids. And we're just going to do our best.
Smart.
Yeah.
Bringing a community around.
A community, exactly. A community.
Let's move to athletic mastery.
Yes.
Do you play any sports or into any fitness?
Funny you ask, because I don't. I was thinking, what sports do I do? And my parents are not sports minded, and so we are not sports minded. The closest to sports that I did was ran probably 5K.
Oh, well, yeah.
I did that because my friend is into running, one of my friends. And then, so I kind of got inspired and I did a 5K. I did a Hana relay, which is the biggest thing probably I've ever did. Have you heard about the Hana relay? Oh, it's so much fun because from Kahalui to Hana, there's 5 of you that will do a relay to reach Hana. It's the greatest kind of relay. I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but for years it's been happening here. And I did my best, to join that. So I was in a group. So that's the closest to sports I've ever.
Yeah, no, that's huge. I haven't even ran past a mile.
And then now it's just walking.
Exactly. That's mine.
Yeah. So the way I look at it is, God gave us different kind of gifts, right? So I'm okay to accept the fact that I'm not athletic.
Well, it sounds like you were. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah. That was just that part, and then I don't do it anymore. I might take up another 5K. You want to go with me?
Yeah. I'm up for the challenge.
Let's do that.
I love walking.
It's not scary.
Put the girls
We
in
can
the
do
stroll.
it. Yes.
In the jogger stroll.
Yes. There's a woman, Wahine run. I'm gonna find out the date. That was my first 5K. And there are
5K.
women, and there are women with their stroller, with their babies.
Wow.
Let's do
Okay. I know, right? So you like to walk. Do you walk every day?
Like
In the morning or night?
Yes.
Or is it consistent?
As much as I could. Probably, I would say average is 3 times. That's my lone time. 3 times a week. And then we walk the dog together with my husband, so that's a lot of walking too. But I like walking because for me, it's a time for me to kind of refreshen my mind too, kind of calm my mind. So anti-stress for me is walking.
Walking. Nice. I like it. Okay, let's move to artistry mastery. Do you have any creative skills besides the social media and being an author?
I probably have, but I haven't really kind of focused on it because right now I'm focusing on the social media writing and and writing and blog and books. Yeah, I love when I was the younger. I write poems a lot, so I might go back to that.
Poems. Okay, yeah, that's creative.
Yeah, that's
Is there any person from the past or present that inspired you, or you like to read their poems or anything?
It was my college teacher at that time in the Philippines, and she encouraged us to write poems, and I tried it. And I was like, oh, wow, this is a different kind of expression, right? It's not just direct, but you have, more creativity that you put in there, and then people will have to not decipher, but can understand where it's coming from, the poem, the interpretation. So I like it. But I haven't done it much, but that's something I want to develop again.
Okay, so besides your professor, is there any, so that's like a mentor, is there any books or internet that inspires you with poems, or you just...
No, not yet, because right now I'm not focused on it yet. I'm more focused on the social media part and the book writing.
Okay.
Which, actually, I have another focus. I'm all over the place, right? With the AI coming in our world, it's just all over. I felt like the mission is, the word that I have right now is connect. Human connection. So it's kind of related to social media in a way and book writing, because I want to write a book about it. But it's more of how can we maintain the human connection in the world of AI, right?
I like that. Yes.
It's coming. And I think that's more of my mission, even though I have that poem in the back of my head. But it's more so right now with what's happening in the world that I felt like that's something to focus on. So maybe speak about it, maybe become a speaker about it someday.
And it could be in a poem form.
Could be
rhyming, and you'll have AI write the poem, right?
No. That would be easy, but no.
Human touch.
Human
people could tell it'll be from the heart because it will be your poem, not AI.
Yeah, because there will be AI all over all the time. So you feel like I pull those human connection thing, right?
Nice.
So that's always in my mind right now.
Okay. No, I like it. Let's move to dream destiny, which is getting paid for what you're made for.
Uh-huh.
So what is God's dream for your life? Or are you living it with your day job and being an author, blogger, podcast co-host?
See, there's a theme in all those. Now that I'm listening to it, we're talking about human connection. It's about connection. It's about developing, nurturing that human connection. The funny thing is last week, so I was thinking about it a lot prior week to last week. So the week before the last week, about connect, human connection, connect. And then I came here to Hope Chapel, and guess what? They have the big sign that says connect. Okay, Lord, are you saying something here? Connect. So so living the dream, probably, I didn't think this was my calling before, but now I'm leaning more towards it too, is speaking about it. Not just writing, but just like what we're doing, right? So from blogging, just writing, I went podcasting, which is speaking. And then I would want to have more like live speaking, connecting more in person, sharing God's love, and also sharing how human-to-human interaction is really important. And that's how we're going to get through this AI world that, kind of scary, right?
So it's evolving. You're living it, but you're going to continue. It's gonna go from writing to speaking. And
yes. Someday, probably speaking, but right now it's speaking in podcasts. So my podcast is actually focused more on Maui, which is how I started blogging. So it's more about helping Maui community. But every now and then through that Maui community, I meet people who I invite to Hope Chapel. They started attending Hope Chapel and all that. Yeah. So it's indirectly time to share about Christ. But directly, you'll see it's about Maui.
Okay. And what is it called again?
The podcast is Maui Life.
Maui life.
Maui
Okay.
life with Shane and Auntie Pineapple. I'm the Auntie Pineapple.
Nice. And let viewers know what you do for your main job.
I am a digital marketing specialist. That's the title of my job, which I, do digital marketing that includes social media and blogging to help the company get, bring awareness to the clients.
Okay. What was the story behind becoming a blogger and author?
Oh, that's an interesting story. So I was like I said before, I wanted to work, I wanted to stay at home and be a full-time mom, but I also have to work full-time, right? So I was working full-time. So by the end of the day, after working and also doing all the mommy thing, I pick them up from daycare, we do like bath time and, reading before going to bed. And at that time too, my husband's working 2 jobs. We were trying to pay debts at that time because we want to get out of debt. So it's a lot of work. And so I was tired, but I also was missing the connection, again, that word connect, with other moms. I really want to have connection with other moms. And I heard this thing about blogging, that mommy blogger, there's a lot of moms that are blogging. And so I started blogging, a mommy blogger, connecting with other moms all over the world. And it's actually what started the Maui blog. So now I have this community of women, even though we don't meet for like mommy daycare, mommy during the day. At night, when I have my me time or early in the morning, I connect with other women all over the world through the blogging. And eventually they'd learn that I'm from Maui, and they would ask me, oh, we're coming to Maui. What's the thing to do and what restaurant to go to? And it's becoming more frequent, right? So I started thinking, aside from the mommy blog, I should also have a Maui blog. And then I was like, I wasn't very creative, but I think it's more for SEO. I just said, just name it a Maui blog. So basically, it started from mommy blog, it became Maui blog, and then my full-time job, which I was working for 13 years from a family here that comes at Hope Chapel, is a development company. They build houses for, affordable homes. It's really a community service. I was working for them for a very long time, but we ran out of projects. The big project that we were gonna do wasn't approved, and so they had to lay us all off. And I was like, okay, I'm out of the job. And it turned out this blogging that I was doing on the side became helpful. It kind of transitioned into my career. Isn't that great?
Beautiful. It is.
Yeah.
Dream destiny. You're doing what you
so
enjoy.
I was enjoying it, and then it's a way to connect. And then all of a sudden, it became like my full-time job when I lost my other job. So, yeah, it evolved into a career. Yep. God's got a plan.
He always does, right? Good. Okay, and then I know you're an author, and I think you wrote a guidebook, and you're currently writing another guidebook. Can you let listeners know?
An updated version of what I wrote before, because when I wrote the first book, it was right after COVID.
Okay.
And so it has a lot of guidance, how to safely come here. These are the guide. And I think that's why it did really well, because people want to know, they want to be respectful. So they read the book. What are the guides? Like the mask and all that. Where do we use it, not use it, and all different things, right? And so, so it's just updating because we don't need those guidance anymore, about the COVID restriction. So it really needed to be updated. I'm a little bit slow coming up with the revision, but
you have other Kulianas.
Yeah. And then, but I also would like to write other books that are kind of inspiring, book about encouragement and human connection in the AI world. So I have like other books in mind too that I want to write about.
For the outdated, I guess you could say, guys, how did you market that book to make sales?
Oh, the nice thing is I already have an audience because I started with a blog and the social media. So by the time I release the book, there's already a group that wants to buy it. And so from there, But I also tried to learn, okay, what works with Amazon, because I self-publish. So they call KDP, self-publishing with Amazon. So I also learned through a lot of it's through YouTube actually, how to market it in Amazon itself. So, you have to have a lot of reviews. And so I made sure that, I asked the social media, please review. If you get the book, please do a review on it. And then I tried to connect with other influencer or other content creator, which is a blessing because I'm busy. I neglected to create a newsletter. I'm not doing email marketing, so I didn't have any subscriber for emails, right? And one of the tips they say is you have to have email subscription. You have to have that audience so that you can announce your book. It's like, oh, I don't have that, but I'm friends with two great content creators that have a big list, email list that subscribe to them. So I just talked to them, and they were so generous that they mentioned my book in their newsletter. So even though I didn't have a newsletter, these two friends of mine mentioned it, and I think that helped a lot, really a lot, that made the book.
And do you remember their handles?
Successful. Yes, Hawaii Vacation Guide. They have a great YouTube channel. I really love their YouTube channel. I wish I could do what they're doing, but they're a family that does YouTube, Hawaii Vacation Guide. And then the other one is Maui, Hawaii, Chris Norberg. We've been friends for a long time. When he was the original blogger actually about Maui here on the island. When he saw me blogging before, he noticed that I'm blogging. He connected with me, and instead of being competitors, we decided we just want to be friends and cooperate. And so we became friends instead of competitor and blogger,
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. And since then, we became good friends and we help each other.
Wow. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. And so all those little things helped the book become successful when I launched it.
Is there any books or internet that helped you become an author?
I started with YouTube channel. And then I found out about their books and I bought their books. So these two books are, I highly recommend. You can find the link below.
For social media, you're mainly successful on Instagram?
Actually, social media, I became successful in Twitter first. This was an old kind Twitter before Elon Musk. This was the OG Twitter. And we had a group, and then I was connected to one kind of Silicon Valley person that's popular. He came here to Maui, Jeremiah Oyang is his name. And he came here to Maui, and I learned more about Twitter. And then he tweeted about me. If you're coming to Maui, I met this guy, Maui blog. And then my followers grew, and they grew and grew. And then I talk about Maui a lot, and they asked me questions. Yeah, and so, but when it became political, the Twitter kind of part, Instagram was starting, I started using Instagram. And so now that's one of my main things, Instagram. But I'm finding that YouTube is good with connection, the long form YouTube. So I'm trying to do more of it. It's harder. It's more work. You know that, right? It's a lot more involved, a lot more work. So right now with my full-time job, I couldn't make it kind of happen. I couldn't focus on it much.
Yeah.
So Instagram's a little bit faster, easier for me. But I would highly recommend YouTube if you want to connect to your audience kind of in a deeper way.
Okay. And for Instagram then, do you plan your feed? Like have a strategy, or is it just more spontaneous?
I'm a spontaneous kind of person. Just because Maui is so nice, right? That, there's so much that you can share about, right? And then every now and then I now invited to restaurants opening, and restaurants got this promo, or this hotel's got this promo. I get invited. I don't get paid, but I get complimentary things, like complimentary dinner, invited to the event. So you will see that on my feed as well.
Oh, and so you get to promote them.
Promote the small businesses. And I only accept the ones that I know I really would, be comfortable promoting. So I'm selective, But yeah, so that's a mix of, ocean, sunset in the feed, and, like plumerias and hibiscus. And then this is where you should eat. These are the places where you should go and things to do. So it's a combination of all that.
Okay. For Instagram or in general, YouTube, what are the best tips for building a community and getting engagement?
First, you have to know your audience. I think that's the biggest thing. Is okay, what is your mission? Who are you targeting? Because like for me, I just know Maui people are my people. And so that's why when I started talking about AI, I kind of separated it. Because I know if I mix it, it's going to be confusing to the audience. So that's one tip, is just know your audience. The second tip is know your network. Because you cannot be successful in all of them, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, because they all they work differently, right? And so like for Instagram, it used to be the number of followers are important. It's not anymore recently. They kind of follow the TikTok way of, even though you have like 200 followers, your one reel can reach thousands and thousands. I've seen some reach like tens of thousands, even million, without having a lot of followers, because they look at it now separately per kind of reel that you make. How is it resonating to the people? So they find the people that like it, and if Instagram likes your reel, they will promote it themselves. And so you have to know, okay, what does Instagram like? They like visual. They like good sound, they like visual. The first thing that people see, if it's attractive to them, and then they click, and then the AI of Instagram notices it. They say, oh, a lot of people like this. We should promote it some more. We should show it to more people. And then they show it to more people, and then you get more views. So that's how it works now in Instagram. It's different than before. Before, you have to have a nice visual, and then you have to have the hashtag, right? Remember that? You can have this hashtag so that Instagram will show it. And then you have to have followers. More followers, the better. And then you have to post every day. Not anymore. Or it's really just strategizing, planning, but you have to have the visual. Use reels. You have to have the visual that when they first look at it, they will be attracted to it. And then, like what I said, you have a focused audience in mind that you want Instagram to show it to. Like for example, your group or this group, so you want the athletes, right? So what do you think would be attracting them when they first see the reel? If it's basketball, maybe like somebody playing basketball, some popular that they can relate to. If it's, like you're interviewing for blogging, so maybe the people that are aspiring to be content creator might see me and you say, oh, let's check this out.
So it's the cover, the thumbnail,
cover is
the cover.
important. Yeah, the cover is important. And then, the music and the trend right now, it seems like voiceover, conversation, they're favoring it. I don't do a lot of voiceover on my reel. I do trending music, or just music that I think goes well with the reel. And that goes well too, popular music. People recognize it, they like it. Yeah. So,
Okay.
But so like for me, Maui, then they like a lot of Hawaiian background music, and that works. Sunset, that works.
You said they like face to face though right now. The Instagram too.
Conversation. Yeah,
it's funny. Introverts, here we are. Introverts in an interview, in an interviewer and an interviewee.
Yeah. So, and then you have to, like for Instagram reel, you have to have the right time, because if it's too long and then people don't watch it to the end, and then Instagram notices it, and then okay, it's dropping so fast, then they don't promote it to other people as much. There is a feature now in Instagram recently that they even ask you, do you want us to test this to people that are not your followers? I was thinking, you've been doing that before anyway. But now they're making it like, obvious, explicit, asking you, can we promote it first, like a trial? You'll probably see it on your Instagram. And then you just say yes, and they say promote it to all other people and see who's interested in it. And then they promote it to your the followers after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any other, I know there's so many settings in there. Is there settings that could also help it go farther? Like, you know, you're talking about audience. Can you specifically tell it your audience, or it's just the visuals? You know,
It's
people
just a
see.
visual. I still
you know,
use his hashtag, but only limited to 3. I don't
3?
go crazy over hashtag anymore. I don't think it helps as much. I think it still helps. You know, the location, you make sure you also tag the location, because it helps to kind of Instagram know where, you know, the target audience is. You know, people interested in that particular location, they might show it, you know, to that person. Yeah. I still share my post to story.
Oh,
You know, yeah, that helped a little bit, kind of make aware, because sometimes your follower, if you have 100 followers, and probably maybe just 20 of them will see it on their feed as they're looking, but sometimes they look at their story and then they realize, oh, there's something there that I'm interested. They click it and then they go to your post.
okay. What advice would you give to someone who feels stuck? They're trying to grow on social media and they're just stuck. You know, it's not.
Yeah, it's not growing. Well, assess again who are you targeting, and then think, okay, what are interesting to these people that we're targeting? It's a combination of the people that you're targeting, and also, like what I said, how Instagram works. So the visual, and then try it. And like what I said, it's really not the follower anymore. Just experiment on a new reel with that vision in mind. Okay, who are my target audience? What do they like to hear? How can we help them? How can we help them? You know, what problems do they have that we can help solve? And then create a reel about that. And then make sure the visual is good. There's background music. You got the tags, and see what happens. Yeah. And I think now I have a friend that she's trying to grow his Eat with Chire, I think is the name of the handle. He said he's been trying to grow his foodie Instagram for a long time. It was really hard. He only has a few thousand followers. But if you see his reels now, he's got sometimes, I think there's 1 million in one of the, and thousands and tens of thousands. He's got more views than my reel.
Really?
And he's got less followers than I have, because you will notice that he's got high quality kind of video. The editing is good. Putting, you know, he's got, I think, friends that does video editing, so they put kind of effort on those, the visual. And then, like what I said, he's talking. Instead of me just, my reels just background music, his is more like he's explaining about the food. He's got more views. So that's how it's changing now.
He has more views but less followers still?
Less followers.
But
the
more
followers
views.
Hasn't grown much. But views, it went leaped.
Because he increased the quality?
Thousands.
Just by increasing the...
Increasing the quality, interaction, but also because Instagram changed their priority. So it's Instagram that kind of helped. Okay, you know, before we're not noticing this guy, and now we're noticing him, and we're gonna promote him more. Yeah, we talk about food. You know, aside from his food blog, he has an Instagram. He has another Instagram, because he was kind of big, and his goal is to lose weight and to participate in a model, you know, what do you call those? Bodybuilder.
Oh, bodybuilder, okay.
That he's got a goal to do that. And that one had tons of followers. So that one is different. Now he's got a lot of followers because they want to know if he's really gonna make it. So he's doing the weigh, you know, okay, today, you know, this week I'm weighed this much and I'm gonna do more exercise. And he's going to the gym, and it's a different kind of reel than the foodie reel.
He separates it.
He separates. Like we were talking about it earlier. You separate it, and that one is growing fast. But we met through the food one, and through that food Instagram, I also discovered that he's got this other.
Have you dealt with burnout or doubt on your journey about, you know, social media and all that? Yes. How did you overcome it?
rest, a lot of rest. Take a break.
Okay.
It's a good way to do it. Just taking a break. I would even announce it on my Instagram. I'm taking a break. For 2 weeks, you won't see me posting. Because even though I say you don't really have to post it every day, I tend to kind of just post it because it's just easy. It's spontaneous. I don't plan it. I go to the beach. Oh, this is a nice beach. I see sunset, so I do that. But it can still lead to burnout. So I just say, because I still look at my phone. So I plan some, weeks that I don't have to even look at my phone much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just take a break, take care of yourself, sleep a lot. It helps.
All right. Now I'm going to ask you more specific questions about Maui.
Yes.
Actually, we finally went to Twin Falls waterfall because we're like, we could take the girls there. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
If you're a visitor, there are any waterfalls in Maui that you would recommend? That maybe you could take small kids to, like doesn't take 5 hours to hike to?
Oh.
That's beautiful.
Well, the waterfalls is usually farther, like the Hana. I mean, the closest I think is Twin Falls that you went to.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's mostly the Hana.
Hana
on the way to Hana, on the road to Hana, that you will see waterfalls. And then the PPY Trail. This is in Kipahulu, even past Hana.
Okay.
But it has a beautiful bamboo forest.
Ooh.
And then you end up in this beautiful waterfall.
Does it take a long time to get there? To hike? I mean, not driving, but like hiking.
Yeah, it does take, I can't remember how long it will be. But yeah, it does take a little bit to go there.
Okay, and you can't take like a hiking stroller?
No.
You have to, okay.
Yeah, it's not really.
Do you think it's doable with the babies in the backpack? I mean, it's a little bit of hiking, but not too bad.
There's a path.
Okay, there's a path.
There's one time that we had to cross a stream, but it's not a tall stream. You just gonna have your feet will get wet.
Okay.
So, yeah. Eel Valley, they have the stream. I think when there's a lot of rain, you can see waterfall from afar, but not too close. But the stream is really nice too.
What was it called?
Eel Valley. Yeah, Eel Valley is great.
Small.
And they have a park where you can learn about the different culture.
Okay.
So you can walk around the park. Yeah, it's a good place for family
to go.
Easy. You just have to plan because now there's a permitting process because before there's so many people coming in, so they just wanna make it more organized. So yeah, but I highly recommend that place.
Okay, thank you. What about the best 2 beautiful beaches in Maui to visit?
Ooh, there's so many, right?
You can only go to 2.
You can only go to 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Kiavikapu is our favorite. It's close to our house. It's got a soft, nice sand, long walk. The waves are not super strong. So that's one of our favorites. And then the Makena Beach, just because it's epic. And the people that's visiting here should see it. It's a huge, but the waves are strong. You have to be very careful with the waves there. So, but it's nice to be outside. And then, there are places. Yeah, you have to watch the kids there. It's not like a kid-friendly, but it's beautiful.
Beautiful view, though.
It's very beautiful.
Okay.
There's less shade also.
Okay.
So it's just a nice place to visit for beach. If you can find shade or you have the umbrella and you can do picnic, you're looking at a very, very beautiful ocean. Yeah. So Big Beach in Makena and Kiavikapu. But if you're on the west side, one more bonus, Kaanapali Beach on the west side is family friendly. And then if you like snorkeling on the Black Rock, so the whole beach out there in Kaanapali is a great place. And a lot of tourists go there too, but it doesn't get that much crowded. I mean, it's a big beach.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there any oceanfront restaurants you recommend?
Oceanfront restaurant. Hula Grill is oceanfront. It's on the west side. And when you go there, you gotta order hula pie. My husband, we go there, we always have to order the hula pie.
Hula pie.
We
Okay.
order the hula pie. It's in the Whalers Village. So it's in a shopping center, but they're close to the beach, next to the ocean. And we always, every time we have visitors, we take them there.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
from the
You could
mainland.
see the ocean from
You
there?
can see the ocean from there. You can probably, when you make reservation, you request if if you can be like close to the ocean. And then of course the Mama's Fish House is oceanfront, and it's classic, it's epic. It's a little bit pricey, but it's worth it. It's special occasion. I mean, we went there for our 25th anniversary. And then another one that they kind of comparable, people compare it to Mama's Fish House, is Merriman's in Kapalua. Merriman's. The same owner as the Monkey Pot here, but it's next to the ocean. Yeah. So that's a good experience too. Yeah. It's really good. But for us, hula grill, price is right, and hula pie. And
Shout out the hula pie. Now we gotta try it.
You gotta try it.
Best 3 places to go with children besides I know there's the Ocean Center.
Yeah.
Is there any places that come to mind to take young children that the adults and children would enjoy?
The adults and children will enjoy. I suggested one previously, the EO.
Okay.
EO Park, EO Valley. So there are places there you walk around and then you go to the stream, the pond. It's cold, but they might enjoy it, Yeah, that one is what came to my mind. And then we have a park here in Kalama Park. Have you seen the park in Kalama Park? It's just here in Kihei. They have a playground. So they will enjoy it, the playground, and you can be, just resting, talking to people, and then watching the kids. They get it's almost similar to the playground here we have at Hope Chapel.
Oh, okay.
Something like that, but you're next to the beach.
Oh, you're next to the beach.
We also have skating rink.
Okay, and that's in Kihei?
That's in Kihei. Across from Foodland in Kihei. Yeah. Yeah, they have a whole Kalama Park, family-friendly park in there.
If you have small children, places to hike.
Places to hike. I was gonna say Waihe'e Ridge. It might still be long, but I guess you can turn around if it becomes Waihe'e Ridge. It's a nice hiking place. You might have to put your kids in a backpack, but it will be a good hike for you. And where else? There's a Makawao Forest hike. I haven't been. It's on my bucket list.
I want to go there too.
Yeah, I haven't. For some reason, I always just kind of wouldn't go. But I've always heard about good things about the Makawao.
Okay.
Yeah, like coastal walk.
Coastal
That's what
walk.
I recommend too. Like in Wailea, if you park on there's a parking behind in Olua Beach, kind of close to Andas. You can start there, or you can start behind Fairmont Keilani Hotel. But anyway, they have walk paths that you just walk, and it's a nice walk.
What side do you recommend? Can you say that?
Actually, they call it Wailea Walk Path. If you just search it, it'll show you different points and where you can enter, because it's a very, very long walk. You can do Ulua. There's a parking lot next to it.
Oh.
Ulua. And then the other one is Polo Beach. Yeah.
Okay.
It's behind, kind of close to Andas Hotel. And the other one is close to Fairmont Hotel. And they have picnic tables in the beginning. They have bathrooms. It's
the bathroom for the Fairmont side?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
And
Fairmont.
actually, even Ulua one, both of them.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's a kind of very popular kind of walk path. And then their little restaurant, little mini kind of kiosk from the restaurant, from the hotel. Like, you can have like smoothie in between after, walk. It's a very nice walk path. Yeah, you can do it early morning, or you can do it sunset time. Both are so pretty.
What is the best Mexican restaurant in Maui?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have, I don't know if people will say it's the best, but for us it's OG, and we always go there. Piñatas. That's the very first Mexican restaurant I went to when I came here And it's always been one of my favorites for some reason.
And that's in Kihei or
It's in Kahului.
Kahului? Okay.
It's close to Costco. It's in the area where what's the other popular one? The Tin Roof. Have you been to Tin Roof? Okay. So anyway, if you search piñatas, they've been here very well for a very long time, and they're still surviving. So
They have good chips and salsa.
they have good chips and salsa. My favorite is their fish taco. They're the only one that I know that dip it in this green kind of habanero something mixture. I don't know what it is. And then they grill it with that. And it's so good.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. Because for example, we like coconuts too, but they're not traditional Mexican, right? They got the mango, and so it's a different one. And then amigos, have you tried amigos? Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Too. Yeah, we like amigos. But piñatas for some reasons got some sentimental. We are sad that they used to have piñatas. That's why it's named piñatas on the ceiling. All different piñatas, and our kids love coming there. We're gonna talk about the different piñatas, but now it's not piñatas anymore. They just have those star kind of looking lantern.
Put piñatas back. Going back to your social media, how can viewers follow or learn more about you? Can you share all your handles if you have a website?
My main website is amauiblog.com. That's the main one, and then all my links will be there. So if they find it, they can even just Google it, and it'll come. Google a Maui blog, and they'll find the link right away. And then the Instagram is a Maui blog. I try to make it consistent, and they can find me there. And I also have links to my other social media channels.
And then the guidebook. What's the guidebook called? How can they find that?
Yeah, the guidebook is a Maui. The first one is Maui 2021 and beyond. But the coming updated version is Maui Now and Beyond.
Okay.
Because I learned that if you put the year after that year, kind of people don't want to buy the book anymore. It's like, okay, it's 2022 now. It's like, that's right. So we'll just say Maui Now and Beyond.
Okay. And do you expect that to come out this year, next year?
I'm hoping this year. I mean, keep on pushing my date, but I'm hoping probably October maybe is my new target date for it to come out.
Last question. Can you leave one piece of encouragement?
Do not be afraid to fail. I think I mentioned this in one of my podcast interviews too, but it resonates with me because people are afraid to fail, right? It's so easy. It hinders us from trying, and it hinders us from using God's gift to us if we're afraid to fail. When we fail and then you just improve, if you know that that's God's calling for us, then you try it, and then, God will give us the resources we need, the mentors we need, right? And so you improve, you do it, and then you improve after that. So the book, I had so many failures on the first one, but I don't focus on it. So I'm gonna try another one. I'm gonna update again and publish another book. Yeah, one failure is like I ordered a lot of this copy. I was gonna do like a launch in person, but the COVID and then my work changed, schedule changed, and I did not, the personal launch did not happen, and I have all these books of Maui 2021 and beyond in a garage. And my husband will remind me, those books again. And I said, that's the failure that will encourage me to succeed again.
That's the past, right?
That's the past, yeah.
Is there any other failures that you're going to change now for the new book?
Yeah, well, the title, like what I said, I made a mistake on that, and it's fine. And there are some grammatical errors. I have a friend that's I tried to have him proofread and everything, but not a professional. So there are so many mistakes there, but you know what? Nobody complained about it. So I was afraid to fail because of that, but I had to publish the book, so I published it. And, it's not the best, but it's out. It's not perfect, but it's out. So the next one, I hired an editor that, will be more professionally kind of editing it. So thinking for one step after.
Do you remember that? Do they have a handle, or we could shout them out? The editor, the professional editor?
Strover is her name. Yeah. And so she helped me.
Nice.